The best part of anime, in my opinion, is just the lessons that it teaches you.
I think anime would change anyone's life, truly.
And turn me into the freaking...
Ain't it? Because Gintama's a little weird, right?
Hi everyone, it's Mayu. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm with the TheAnimeMen.
Hello, we're Hi.
I'm Sam.
I'm Gianni.
I'm Cade.
私はイタンです。
私はジェレミです。
I'm Aiden.
They create really cool videos on YouTube. Hello. What made you come to Japan?
So the reason we came to Japan was literally just to make videos. That's literally it. We're here for a month and we're just making videos and having fun and being goofballs. Am I right, guys?
Like the food, the culture, like anime, blah, blah, awesome. The best place on earth. Come on, dude.
So we came here to make videos, but also to experience Japanese culture for the first time. We've all been watching anime for a really long time, and it's really cool to see like all this stuff, like the food, like the transportation, the people, everything, the music, the big cities and the big lights. It's all really cool.
Big city.
Yep.
What are you shocked about?
What I'm most shocked about are the people. The people here are extremely welcoming and very nice. After going out at night, I met multiple friends and we literally hung out like for 4 hours straight. I love the people here. Like that was the most shocked about. I was like, in America, you know, some people are kind of rude. Here, super welcoming, super nice. It was amazing.
It's insane how respectful everyone is here. I lost my wallet for 3 hours playing pachinko, and then I didn't realize it was gone for 3 hours. And when I came back to the same place, they had it. You know, Aiden also lost his wallet.
Yeah, so I was in Shibuya Crossing, walking back and forth for 24 hours straight, right? Trying to break the world record. I broke the world record, so someone beat it, okay? But, wow. Okay. But I lost my wallet on like hour 5 and I thought it got stolen. I thought it was over for me, right? And I filed a police report and I was expecting never to get a response. I got an email 2 days later saying, hey, we got your wallet, just come by and pick it up. And they're gonna keep it till February 15th, so I'm not even gonna pick it up. They can just keep it.
What we're basically saying is that it would have been snatched in America.
I also want to mention how everything is in order here. Like, for example, when you go up the escalator, everyone stands to the left and people walk up on the right. And also when you're walking on the sidewalk, you walk on the left. Everything has an order to it, which I actually really like.
It feels like a system.
Yeah, everything's a system
And
here.
it works.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite if you go to Kansai area.
Yeah.
People wait on the right.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah. So I get confused. I'm like,
Oh,
which
really?
way should I go?
And also how everything is on time. Like the subway is always on time. It's rarely delayed. So yeah, that's a huge plus.
You guys are saying really nice things about Japan, but what are some of the negative things?
Well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily, I don't think it's even that negative, but I think just a lot of people are more quiet. We're naturally very loud and annoying sometimes, so it was a big learning lesson when we have to be in the subways and be super quiet, or even in public. Me and Aiden were joking around and loud in Shibuya, but then once we were quiet, just everyone was dead quiet, which is kind of weird because it's a big city, right? Like if the audience is familiar with Los Angeles, yeah, that's where we're from. So a lot of people are really loud and outgoing and like screaming, but in Japan, everyone's just quiet. But honestly, besides that, I don't think anything else negative, right?
One thing is I feel like a bunch of, especially like business people, are definitely overworked. They all look really tired when we go on the subways and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, they need a hug and they need a nap. And I mean, they're getting their naps on the subway because a lot of them are just like passed out. So yeah, give them a break, guys. Give them a 15.
I also want to mention, like, we would get on the subway at like 10 or 11 o'clock and there'd be businessmen coming in, which means they get off at 10, 11 p.m., which is crazy. And also, I want to point out, like, half of them are asleep on the subway and I always think that they miss their stuff. Like, they're like...
Do you think just Japanese culture is very hardworking, just in general, like very...
Yes, in general, yes, but also like there are some like small rules that like you're supposed to stay until your boss leaves.
Oh, yeah.
So like even if you finish your work, you're supposed to stay and be like, oh, can I help you with something? And then like just stay until they leave.
If it's like, if your boss is like, oh, do you want to go home early? You like leave instantly. Like I'm out there in a second.
The second you're done, you're gone.
Exactly.
If you're the second 4 or 5 p.m. hits, You leave.
Exactly. If they're trying to make me work overtime, I'm suing them.
At my work, I used to clock in right when it started, and then I would go home for 5 hours, and then come back, and then clock out. Yeah, that was before social media, but then I got fired, so
Oh.
don't do that.
Yeah, usually you don't get fired easily.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, well, it's changing, but if you enter like a really Japanese company, you don't get fired. You just quit if you want to quit.
Really?
There's like a system where you're employed until like 60 something.
I also want to point out that something that I've heard is it's seniority over performance when you're working in companies. So like if you're getting a promotion, it's based on how long you've been at the company rather than how good you do at the company, which that's definitely not how America works. So yeah.
I feel like it's kind of how America works.
No,
It's
I
like
mean
half and
it's
half.
half and
It's like
half.
half and
Yeah, it's
That's
way
a-
more apparent here,
that's
I'd
such a
say.
fun
Even though I
fact,
have no
though.
experience, but yeah.
Yeah, sometimes like, well, I'll be working a lot and then I'll be getting less money than the person who's like sleeping at work who's like 60 something. So yeah, that's kind of somewhat true.
Surprisingly, when we came here, I thought a lot more people would speak English, but a lot of people don't speak English, which is kind of cool because you get to be like, just point. It's not a negative. It's not a negative, but it's not what.
You're surprised.
I was surprised.
But if you go to like a countryside, then
we went
no
to-
one.
Even Tokyo, I don't think
No,
someone's like
they
speaking.
don't.
Yeah, very little.
But
I
even
was there,
then,
bro.
Really?
I talked
Tokyo?
to so many people this
was
week.
one-
Even if they don't speak English, I feel like it engrosses. Is that the right word? Engrosses you into. Yeah, it's in the experience because it's kind of cool not being able.
Oh.
No, like when I go to 7-Eleven and she's like, "Bug?" I'm like, "Hi." You know what I mean? Like I think it's more. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? The
No,
ads.
no, yeah, I kind of like how it's.
It's
Yeah,
like if they
they
were
don't
to
speak
come to the
English.
US.
Well,
Oh.
like, if, for example, France, everyone speaks English, or where else?
Germany.
Denmark, everyone spoke English. So I didn't get to really hear people speak. What's the Denmark language? Danish. Oh, yeah. I didn't hear people speak Danish at all. So yeah, I think it's cool.
You know, like not so many people speak Spanish in the US, right?
No, a lot of people do.
A lot of people do.
Especially where we are. Because we're really close to Mexico. So it's
Do
like
you guys do?
Me and Aiden do.
Ah.
Also in high school, you're required to take a language class,
Like
and
that for
a lot of
English.
them take Spanish as
Yeah.
their language.
Spanish or French?
Yeah. I had to take. I mean, I chose to take Spanish in the US. Yeah. So. Mayu. But that's so easy. What? I feel like the amount of people who speak Spanish in the US is like way more than the amount of people. Yeah. Here. But we start learning English at 5th grade or even 4th grade.
And
Yeah.
does that carry on to the rest of the school?
Yes, until like college. So we are more focused on writing and reading, not so much speaking and listening. So that's why we can really catch what you're saying. Also, you speak really fast.
Yeah, it's the same way.
But I noticed that
Same way for Aya.
New York people speak way faster. I feel like I speak fast, but you guys are like chill.
Chill, guys.
America's like a mixing pot of like white, black, Asian, Hispanic, European, all that stuff. It's weird coming to a country.
Oh.
It's weird coming to a country where it's all one race. Japan is all Japanese people, and so in America we're used to having a melting pot of all races come together. But it's kind of weird seeing like every single person here being one race. Yeah, it's different than America.
I want to maybe move on to talking about anime.
Oh wow.
So you guys are named AnimeMen. So who loves anime?
We all do.
I love anime.
What's your favorite anime?
My favorite is Vinland Saga.
ReZero. I think that's how he said to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard if you pronounce things differently, some Japanese people won't understand, right? Like if you say ReZero, they're like, huh? But ReZero. Yeah, right? Yeah.
My favorite is Zero as well, because honestly, it's very niche, but it's amazing.
It's so popular. It's not niche, dude.
Yeah, there's so many anime to choose from, but if I had to choose, it's between Mob Psycho or Gurren Lagann.
Out of 6 as well.
Out of the 6 I've watched.
So as an otaku myself, there's so many anime to choose from. You have the greats, right? But then you have the all-time greats.
Yep.
Like you think One Piece is good?
It's like Michael Jordan.
Yes. And the best anime of all time is Gintama. and it's not even close. You know how I said it, Gintama? Because that's how you know I know all the anime, right?
I don't know anything about anime, so please inspire me to watch anime.
Okay, yeah. Well, in anime, there's so many good life lessons, right? There's Vinland Saga, which teaches you to have no enemies, right? Basically saying like, hey, no matter what, like if someone does you wrong, you should never hold that against them, and you should never have.
Unless you really want to.
Unless you want to,
you
yeah.
want.
Anime teaches great life lessons that's better than at least any Western show or movie I've watched. So what's another one? For example, One Piece, about friendship and
That's too
overcoming
long, though.
problems, stuff like that. Anyways, yeah, I think the best part of anime, in my opinion, is just the lessons that it teaches you. Because it's made me a better person, made him a better person, made Ethan the greatest person I've ever met. Even Jeremy.
And turned me into the freaking...
Aiden, it turned Aiden into a freaky guy because Gintama's a little weird, right?
Yeah.
I think anime will change anyone's life, truly. Like, I started watching anime at like the lowest point in my life. I was so sad, and I was very against anime for like my whole life.
How old were you?
I was like 17.
A couple weeks ago.
And
So
now,
that's so recent.
Yeah, I was like
and
2020.
now he's at an even lower point.
yeah, no.
And then I was so against it, and then I started watching anime. It changed my life, and I was like, wow, this is actually so amazing. I went on a binge, and I definitely became happier and looked at life differently.
Honestly, I think you should get into anime because there's so much more you can do with it compared to like a live action. Because, you know, like live action is great and you can see the acting, how they make it, the production, it's all great, but they're limited by the amount that they can do, whereas in an anime, you can do more fluid things with less budget. I think there's more raw talent in like Japanese voice acting than there is in like American acting, even though like they're just on different levels, even though they're great in their own ways.
Something I noticed too, voice actors in Japan are like celebrities, right? Voice actors in Japan, yeah, they're like celebrities compared to America, where voice actors, no one really knows them. Yeah, like for English dub, for example, in anime, no one really knows about them, even though they're also talented. But Japanese voice actors are next level talented. Like, what's the Subaru guy?
Good?
So good. Yeah, the voice actor's amazing.
So do you watch anime in Japanese?
Yes.
Yeah, we watch it in subs. Yeah, Japanese.
Well, like, okay, voice acting, to be honest, some voice actors in America are like, you have to be an actor. Like most voice actors in like American movies or TV shows usually already have experience like being a live action actor.
Yeah.
Like Chris Pratt. Yeah, legit. Yeah, Chris Pratt, he'll do his live action, but somehow he gets cast as Garfield or Mario.
Well, same in
some
Japan.
reason.
Like
Really?
if we have like a Western movie, then celebrities do dubs.
It's just fun to watch. You know,
Wait,
there's so many to choose from, but it's just fun to watch. They're good.
Watch anime or read manga?
He doesn't do it.
I don't read.
I feel like going off the life lesson stuff that Gianni was saying, anime is catered towards like teenagers, right? It's catered towards teenagers, right? So it kind of helps you like, I'd say it helps you grow up, but in like the West, there's not really cartoons or like shows catered towards teenagers. Like you go, like if you're like 12, 13, 14, you're watching like cartoons, and then once you hit like 15, 16, 17, 18, you're watching just like adult shows like Game of Thrones, like stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. You're not watching like, there's not specific cartoons made for like teaching like teenagers life lessons. Yeah, it is, but it's it's catered, like all shonen's catered for like teenagers at the end of the day, right?
But for example, I saw a salaryman who's like 70 on the train reading Hunter x Hunter. You know what I mean? So even though what Aiden said is true, like it is sometimes targeted towards that teen audience, I feel like also adults could enjoy. You know, because when I'm 50 years old and I have a wife and kid, I know I'm gonna be watching Quintessential Quintuplets and ReZero. So
Also, like the animation studios here are way better than the West. So when it like if something's animated, it like looks really cool. So I feel like a lot of people just like it here more than like watching Invincible. Shout out Invincible, though, it's really good. But that's it. Like we read manga, we watch anime. We're awesome. Ready? Victory on 3. 1, 2, 3. Victory!
I'm good. So
I was gonna ask, you also have like comics, like Spider-Man.
yeah.
no one reads
What's
them
the
anymore.
The difference?
yeah, like why are they not good enough for you?
It's not that, but with manga, there's one concrete author, like mapping out the entire thing with a small team, whereas in like Batman or Spider-Man,
You
there
have several?
there are several authors. There are hundreds. Like even though the character is the same, there are so many stories that are told over and over again by different artists, different authors. So the art doesn't stay the same and the story doesn't stay the same, even though it's like the same characters.
It's like if One Piece had like 100 different authors. So that's
Like if the story wasn't consistent, that's what you get with American comics.
It's also hard to get into Like comics, there's no like set like book 1 to book thing. Like you have to like there's a bunch of different ones, like one from the 1950s, one from the 2000s, one from
But that's also the good thing. Like if you don't like the old, you can start anytime you want to.
Have you learned like Japanese through anime?
Some. Daisuki.
Daisuki.
We've learned about like 4 words,
Ara,
and
ara.
that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Muda?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
ありがとうございます。
Them for being so kind.
Go watch their channel as well.
please.
It's really cool.
We don't have any Japanese subtitles, so you guys gotta try your best.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Good for studying.
Auto translate.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Sayonara.